Hi guys, this is Miss D, and today I'm going to be helping you with your Unit 6 Day 2 worksheet. So the directions on the front say, without graphing, determine whether each system has no solution, one solution, or infinitely many solutions, and then we have to explain. So starting with number 2, we can look at the two equations that it gives us. So the first one is 3 over 4x minus 3 equals y. So we could just rewrite that as y equals 3 over 4x minus 3. So it looks like y equals mx plus b that we are so used to. Now the second equation is not in y equals mx plus b form. So we're going to want to rewrite that into y equals mx plus b form. So to do that, we first are going to want to subtract 4x from both sides. And then we are left with negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 5. Then to get y by itself, we want to divide both sides by negative 3. So everything gets divided by negative 3. And we are left with y equals 4/3 x minus 5 over 3. So we see we had a plus 5 over negative 3, so that could just turn into minus 5 over 3. So now what we have is our two equations for this system. So we have y equals 3/4 x minus 3, and we have y equals 4 over 3x minus 5 over 3. So what we can do now to help us out is we can list our slope and our y-intercept for each of these equations. So for our first equation at the top, we have a slope of 3 over 4, and we have a y-intercept of negative 3. And the equation on the bottom, we have a slope of 4 over 3 and a y-intercept of negative 5 over 3. So what we notice here is that we have two different slopes and we have two different y-intercepts. So we can write that. We have different slopes and different y-intercepts. So now we have to figure out if we have no solution, one solution, or infinitely many solutions. And because we have different slopes and different y-intercepts, that means that we're going to only have one solution, because that is going to show us that the graphs of these two lines are going to intersect, which gives us one solution when we have different slopes and different y-intercepts. So turning to the back page, we're going to look at number 5. So number 5 says, given the graph of a system of linear equations below, is there a solution to the system that we cannot see on this portion of the coordinate plane? That is, will the lines intersect somewhere on the plane not represented in the picture? And we have to explain. So what we see here, we have two lines, L1 and L2, on the graph. And the lines look like they aren't perfectly parallel to each other. And because of this, we know that they're going to have different slopes. So parallel lines would have the same slopes. So we can tell that these two lines have different slopes because one slope is steeper than the other slope. So we can write that. There's different slopes. And then we can also notice that L1, so our first line, has a y-intercept, or a b, up higher on the y-axis than our line 2. So that tells us that we also have different y-intercepts. And again, now, since we have different slopes and different y-intercepts, we do have a solution. So yes, there is a solution, because these two lines will intersect. So if we were to think, okay, let's extend this line a little bit and extend this line a little bit. My lines aren't too perfect, but what we can see is that the two lines will eventually cross, so that shows us there is a solution.